Mindful life practice.
So welcome to our yin practice. I'm so happy to see so many of you here. It's really nice. So we are going to do, this is part 2 of our bedtime yin. The whole intention is going to be kind of tapping into the parasympathetic nervous system and relaxing. And if it's not bedtime where you are, that's okay. It's still going to be all about kind of helping you relax. So that even if bedtime is, even if it's morning where you are, at the end of the night, you will sleep better at the end of the day. So we're going to start our practice in a shavasana. I don't typically start my classes in shavasana, but I think for bedtime yoga, or sleep style yoga, that's what I should call it, not bedtime. I think it would be nice for us to start lying down. Almost to like replicate the pose that you might be in when you fall asleep. So if you have any low back tension, it can be nice to place a pillow underneath the knees. And then one thing that can be nice to help bring you into the present moment is placing the palms on the belly. I really love that connection. And then breathing in and breathing out. Letting go of anything that is stuck inside of you. So I think one of the reasons why we sometimes have trouble falling asleep and staying asleep and sleeping through the night is because of how much stress we have. Both mentally and physically. The whole goal from a yin yoga practice is to release some of that. So see if you can just kind of tap into the stillness that you seek when you're sleeping. And just start to acknowledge your intention. Your reason for being here, or what you wish to get out of this practice. Let's take a few more rounds of breath just as we are. And then if you have a pillow underneath your knees, just slide that pillow to the side. And if you have a strap nearby, you're going to take hold of it. And we're going to lengthen the right leg up and hook the strap around the right foot. Now, if it feels quite intense for your hamstring, you can place your left foot on the mat. That can be a good modification. So this series that we're going to do, it's supine supta padagustasana, hand to foot pose. And we're just going to do 2 minutes in each pose so that I don't keep you here forever. Last week we ran out of time. And now these aren't traditionally yin poses. They're more yang-like. Let's see if we can bring a quality of yin to them. So there's 3 qualities of our yin practice. The first is to come to your edge. The next is to stay a while. The last is to find stillness. Take 1 more breath. And then can you switch your strap into your right palm? And you're going to anchor your left palm on your left hip and then open your right foot all the way over to the right. So your goal here is to be kind of getting into the inner groin, the outer hip. And you want to be as relaxed as possible through the arms, relaxed through the shoulders. Taking 3 more breaths. And can you take your right foot all the way up? And then can you switch the strap into the left hand? And then open your right leg all the way over to the left. Open your right arm the opposite way. So now this is our IT band stretch. And it's also a spinal twist. So the goal with this focus is to release the fibers around the IT band. And to release any adhesions from the IT band, the quad, the lateral hamstrings up here. This can make us more comfortable when we're walking and standing. And the twist increases some flexibility and mobility in the spine. Let's take about 3 more breaths. And lift your right leg all the way up. And then just release your strap to the side for a moment. You're going to take your peace fingers, hook them around the right big toe. And then open your right knee over towards the right. And then hook your fingers, I already said that, around your right big toe. You're good. And opening the knee towards the side. This is a half happy baby. So the first 3 poses that we did open the outer hip region. And this half happy baby releases the inner areas as well. Let's take 3 more breaths. And then can you release your right leg, and all you're going to do is just lengthen the right leg alongside the left leg. What difference do you feel from your right side in comparison to your left. And we'll balance it out by doing the exact same thing on the left side. So taking hold of your yoga strap. Hooking that strap around the left leg. Can you be easy through the palms and anchored through the shoulders? Let's stay here for about 2 more breaths. And then switch your strap into your left palm. Start opening your left leg over to the left. I'm realizing today as I'm lying here, just take a few more breaths. And then we're gonna bring our left leg all the way up and then switch our strap into our right palm and then take the left leg all the way across over to the right. So there was this comedian I worked with in Kuwait. My friend Emily will remember him. I think she's the only person from Kuwait in this yoga class. But he was a brilliant comedian, and many of his jokes were about the children in the classroom and the funny things that kids did and said, or the funny things that parents did and said. And often when people come to my yoga classes, and particularly my Yin classes, I don't really have comedy, but I usually have some like inspirational stories based on the stress and the struggles of being a teacher. And as I'm lying here, I'm like, why don't I have any stories right now? Yes, because everything in my life is nice. Now that it's summer holidays and I'm not dealing with all of the crap and the chaos that is teaching. And you know, maybe that is a sign. In order to learn life lessons, you kind of have to have things sometimes stressful or things going wrong. Anyway, I'm not complaining about it. What's the inspirational thing I've been learning right now? I guess it's take time for yourself. Which is really what I've been doing right now. Take one more round of breath in your twist. And then come all the way back up through center. Release the strap and then take the knee in. You're gonna hook your fingers around your left big toe. Open your hip towards the side. Land your right palm, take the half happy baby just to balance it out. I mean, I guess a lot of us are teachers in the room. I think about half the people in this class are teachers. And I guess one of the things that we're all learning right now is learning how to go with the flow. Right? We don't know if the school's opening up. Some of us don't know if we're going to be getting on planes to go back to our countries. Some of us don't even know, you know, how we're going to be social distancing, how we're going to be handling things. And I guess part of what we're learning is how to kind of accept this uncertainty, embrace this uncertainty, be okay with this uncertainty. And what can we learn from it? Can you take 5 more rounds of breath? And then slowly unhook and lengthen the left leg all the way out. And then just allow your legs to be extended, your heels to be grounded, your toes to be relaxed away. Send some deep breaths in and out. So the next poses we're going to roll over onto our navels. So roll all the way around. And the first pose that we're going to do is Sphinx pose. Oh, it's nice to see you guys. I wasn't facing the computer for a while, so I didn't see your faces. I don't know if you guys can see me. Let me tilt my phone a little bit. So basically you're going to be up on your elbows. There, maybe that's better. So you're going to be up on your elbows. And then pushing down through the palms and just lifting your heart, just like this, yeah. So many times at the end of the day, we have an excess of energy. And this can make it hard to fall asleep. So Sphinx uses some of that remaining energy and kind of puts it to use in this pose. Opening up the front line of the body. Which is associated with the water element in traditional Chinese medicine. And we're just going to be here for about a minute longer. You can either stay down on the elbows like this, or you might take your palms and kind of spread them wide and then press through the palms to like lift up your body like this. This is called seal. This is quite a deep back bend. I know it's Maureen's favorite. That's why we did it. Because it can kind of like crack out the back, but it can also be like a lot for some bodies. So just kind of feel it out, feel what feels good. Take a few more rounds of breath. My phone is low battery. Sorry, guys. There. And then just slowly lower down of whichever shape you're in. And then just come for a moment, place the palms, and you can just rest the forehead on top of the palms. And then just feel how that kind of sinks in. And then for a little counter pose for Sphinx, we're going to take one leg out to the side and bend it at a 90-degree angle, and then just pull it kind of along the mat. If you can look up and see what I'm doing with my right leg. It's just bent and pulling up. And this is just going to release tension in the low back. So we can turn our head to the right when the right knee is up. And we'll just stay for a few rounds of breath and I'll quit my WhatsApp. Sorry guys, I'm the worst for that. The worst as in for forgetting to turn off my phone after I've told everyone that the sign of an advanced yoga practice is someone who can disconnect from being off their phone, then I'll forget. Just take 3 more breaths. And then release the right leg back. And then take the opposite leg up. So taking the left knee all the way up along the mat and gazing towards the left side. Take 1 more round of breath. And then just release that left knee. Placing the palms underneath the shoulders, we're gonna push upright. And then take the toes together and the knees wide. And then sit the hips back on the heels. We're gonna come into a child's pose. So a couple of options. You can have a pillow to kind of snuggle in if you like. This can be like more supportive. Or you can just be flat on the mat. Doesn't really matter, either or. And this is just gonna kind of help us reset the spine again. It's serving as another counter pose to Sphinx before moving on. And it also is a pose that encourages us to turn inward. Removing our focus from the outside world, which can keep you awake at night. And instead, just help you fall asleep more quickly and deeply. So staying in your child's pose, just start to walk your hands over towards the right. Nice, yeah, just adding a little bit of a lateral side body stretch. And we'll just be here for a minute on this side and then a minute on the other. It's going to help prepare the body for our final pose, which is deer pose. Maybe not deer, actually. We have 1 more before. Start walking the palms over to the left. Yeah, we'll do deer. We'll do more bedtime yin next week. Finishing off the other few poses. So take 5 more breaths. Nice, and then come all the way back through center. And then you can just slowly roll all the way up to seated. Great, so we're gonna need our pillow for the next thing. So what you're going to do is come onto your hip. I think the last time I tried to teach this pose, I got really confused. So let's hope that I do it correctly. You're gonna make a 90-degree angle with your right knee, and then see if you can make a 90-degree angle with your left knee behind it. So your right hip is beside the pillow, and right thigh is horizontal across the mat. Right shin is parallel with the long edge of the mat. And then your left knee is parallel with the long edge of the mat, and then your left calf bends behind it. I think that makes sense. Okay, you're gonna slowly come towards your pillow, twisting your belly onto your pillow. And then either gaze towards the right side, and if you want a little bit of a deeper twist, you can send your gaze over towards the left. Nice. I think a lot of us have had some epiphanies about our lives over the past 6 months, 5 months, I guess it's been. And one of the things that I've been personally going through has been this real lack of interest in returning to my old job as a teacher. I'm just over it. And I've had this interesting realization over the past 24 hours. I've been working on writing kind of a bit like a memoir of my time in the Middle East, and I've been transported back to my time in Kuwait. And isn't it funny when you sort of forget, like, there were so many things that were difficult about my life in Kuwait. And there are so many reasons why I was so happy and so grateful to be here in Abu Dhabi once upon a time. And it's so funny how as life progresses, you forget all of those things that you were once so elated with and you were once so grateful for. And it becomes your boring old life in Abu Dhabi. and writing about my experiences in Kuwait, some of which were quite intense, has helped me to find a new appreciation for everything that I have now. And it's helped me to kind of have a better attitude about things. And maybe another year of teaching is not the worst thing in the world. Let's take a few more rounds of breath. And then we're going to slowly come all the way up. And then do a little swivel to the opposite way. So this time you're going to snuggle up your left hip. Left shin parallel with the long edge of the mat. Right shin parallel with the short edge of the mat. And then start to turn your torso down towards the pillow. And then land one cheek. Resting into this shape. So maybe taking a moment here in this shape to almost, it was almost like a gratitude practice in a weird way for me. Transporting back in time and writing about another time from my life where I was less happy. It helped me reconnect to the happiness that I have now. So maybe you can identify some things from your current life now that you're grateful for having. Just letting gravity do the work. Not worrying about pushing further into the twist. Letting your body and your mind really sink into the pose. Let's take a few more rounds of breath. And then just slowly start to unwind and peel yourself up. The final pose that we're going to take from this class is our savasana. So once again, placing a pillow underneath the knees. Reclining the shoulder blades down. Rolling the palms to be flat and face up. Anchoring through the back of the head. And once you're comfortable here, turn your awareness towards your breath. Observe it becoming more steady and peaceful with each passing moment. Do not engage it. Simply observe it. Letting the breath become silent, smooth, and slow. Without pauses or interruptions. Allow awareness to move to the head. Move to the face. And then move awareness to the nostrils. Being aware of the sensation of the breath through and along the nostrils. Feeling awareness in the mouth, the tongue, the jaw, and then the chin. Feel the neck. Feel the throat. Go to the shoulders, the upper arms, the elbows, the forearms, the wrists, the hands. And once at the fingertips, have breath awareness up through the tips of the fingers of both hands to a point at the base of the throat. Now move the awareness towards the chest. Being aware of the breath in the chest. Experiencing the inhale and the exhale with concentration. Moving to the navel. Experience the inhale and the exhale with concentration at the navel. And now become aware of the whole body. experience the whole body, inhaling and exhaling. Through the skin. The whole body expanding and contracting with each breath. A smooth and gentle tide. And then just feel the whole body breathing. I wanna be free, so free, like a feather blowing through the breeze, like a bird in a tree, like a dolphin in the sea. I wanna fly high, so high, like an eagle in the sky. And when my time has come, I will let it all go with a sigh. Pachamama, I'm coming home to the place where I belong. Pachamama, I'm coming home to the place where I belong. Pachamama, coming home to the place where I belong. Pachamama, coming home to the place where I belong. Take a nice big stretch, fingertips all the way through toes. You can take your knees into your chest, give your body a nice little hug. Slowly making your way up to seated. Spine lengthen up. If you're someone that's not going straight to bed, if you're feeling a little groggy, maybe doing some alternate nostril breathing. After this practice, plugging one nostril, breathing through one, and then exhaling through the other, inhaling through. Can be a nice way to kind of wake your body up. I won't guide us through all of it since some of us are off to bed now. So just place your palms into your heart center, lengthen up through the spine, and soften the shoulders. We close with an intention. It's an ancient intention, but it's the original intention. It's been passed from heart to heart through thousands of years. That our yoga practice remains steady, that our efforts remain continuous, that our yoga serves and benefits all beings everywhere. May all beings be safe, be happy, be healthy, be free. May the thoughts and actions of each of our lives contribute towards this. So we'll finish with an Om, inhaling, exhaling. Inhale through to make the Om. So a large breath in. Emptying, exhale out. And then an inhale. Thank you so much for sharing the space and the practice. The light within me sees and honors the light within you. Namaste. Thank you guys for joining.
The Mindful Life Practice Community.